wide from left wingtip to right wingtip. They arrive at over 400 miles per hour. They pull up at 4G and collapse into 8 Arrow. The smoke comes off and they reach a height of about 5,500 to 6,000 feet before Red One brings them back down to their minimum display height. Red One twists the team to the left. Red One this year is squad leader Tom Bold. He is in his third and final year as Red One, the team leader. He was also in the team between 2015 and 17, where he was the synchro leader in 2017. He's also flown Typhoon on operational service. He's a qualified flying instructor on the Hawk T-Mark II and Tucano, where he was the Tucano display pilot in 2010. As the smoke comes on for the 8 Arrow present. Keep your eye on the team for a dynamic shape change. As Red 7-8 perform a rollback and change the shape from 8 Arrow into Vixen. As Red One brings the team round to the right, you can see he's in Vixen formation. Of course, if we were a 9 ship, we'd now be in our trademark Diamond 9 with number 9 at the back. However, for 2023, we are only an 8 ship, and that is down to the fact we can only train 3 new pilots safely with the correct level of supervision each year, and simply the maths didn't work out for this year. However, next year for our own 60th anniversary, our own Diamond Jubilee, our plan is to be back at our Diamond 9 and our trademark 9 shape for the entire season. As the team come round to the right, get your cameras ready for the Vixen. Roll! As the team rolls to the left, on the right-hand side of Red One is Red 2, Flight Lieutenant Rich Walker. Rich is in his first year on the team. He's an extremely experienced pilot, having flown operations on both the Harrier and the Typhoon, as well as being a qualified flying instructor on the Hawk T-Mark II. As I said, 8 pilots in the display this year. There are 10 pilots on the team. The 8 you see in front of you. Myself, Red 10, former Tornado GR4 pilot, qualified flying instructor on the Hawk T-Mark II. I also fly the spare jet in between shows, and also fly the jet around the display, taking airborne images. We are also commanded by Officer Commanding RAFA, which is Wing Commander Adam Collins. He's a former Tornado GR4 pilot. He's also flown the F-111 while on exchange with the Australian Air Force. And he's also a former qualified flying instructor on the Hawk T-Mark I. You can see the team come now round from the right. They've moved their way into Apollo as Red One brings them around for the Apollo loop. Once again, Red One pulls them up at over 400 miles per hour and 4G. They reach a height of over 5,500 feet, and the aircraft now starting to slow to approximately 110 to 120 miles per hour, which means that the controls of the aircraft are a lot less effective. Conversely, as the aircraft start to descend, they now increase speed through 200, 300, back to that 400 miles per hour, where the controls are a lot more effective, making the pilots work even more harder as they come around to the left for the Apollo present. On the left of Red One is Red 3, Flight Lieutenant Tom Hanston. Tom is in his first year on the team. He's a former Typhoon pilot and qualified weapons instructor on the Typhoon, which meant that he would teach weapon technical information and all frontline tactics to the entire Typhoon force. Reds 2 and 3, smoke comes on as the entire centre section makes their way rearwards to the second of our space-themed shapes. We had the Apollo from the Apollo space missions, and now they've moved into Eagle from the Eagle lunar landing craft. And you can see Reds 4 and 5 all the way back at the formation, which makes it extremely difficult for them as we take all our formation references from Red 1, not necessarily the closest aircraft to you. As the smoke comes on for the Eagle present. Space-themed shapes, as the Royal Air Force acknowledges that space plays an important part in future military operations. And in 2021, UK Space Command was formed. And UK Space Command reached its initial operating capability in 2022. Reds 4 and 5 now smoke as they make their way forward to sit alongside Reds 2 and 3, and Reds 7 and 8 in trail. And in May 2023, the Royal Air Force celebrated the 80th anniversary of Op Chastise. That is the most famous mission in World War II to take out the dams in the Ruhr Valley in Germany, which, of course, was carried out by the world-famous 617, the Dambuster Squadron. And of course, the Dambusters still fly in today's Royal Air Force. However, they now fly the 5th generation latest aircraft, the F-35. Once again, get your cameras ready for the lightning roll. And as the team roll to the left on the far right-hand side, uppermost is Red 4. That's Flight Lieutenant Ollie Suckling. Ollie is also in his first year on the team, a former Tornado GR4 pilot and flying instructor on the Hawk Team Mark 2. His opposite number smoking on the left is Red 5, Flight Lieutenant Patrick Kershaw, known as Paddy. Paddy was Red 3 last year. He's flown both the Tornado and the Typhoon on operational service. All the pilots on the Red Arrows must have over 1,500 fast jet hours and be assessed as above average in the air before they can apply to join the team. Those pilots are then whittled down to the final 9. The final 9 then take a week's testing with us, where they do a formal interview, a formal media interview, and a flying test. Those 9 are whittled down to the final 3, and they become the final pilots for the new season each year. Looking directly to your front now, coming round to the left as the team are now in Cygnet. You hear that transmission with Red 1 giving the commands to the rest of the team, and you can almost be forgiven for the robotic and monotone delivery, and that's because we fly our formation by ear as well as eye. And it means that the guys on the outside of formation are having to put their input in just a little bit earlier than those on the inside to ensure that the formation moves as one, and you don't get a ripple effect down the wing. Looking off to the far right-hand side now, you can see the formation, 2 distinct sections with Red 7 in 8 in trail for one of the most popular, if not the most popular manoeuvre that we fly in the 2023 show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get your cameras ready as the Red Arrows ride the storm in the Tornado. Seven and 8, roll, go, and the aboard call is made by Red 8 as both Red 7 and 8 roll around the rest of the formation. But of course, Red 1 doesn't want to make it too easy for the rest of the team, so watch for the colour change.
Look at that.
Right.
As the red and the blue come on, he bends round to the right and makes the job even more difficult for both Red 7 and 8. You may be able to see in the front section of aircraft, those aircraft are flying with their air brake towards the back. This means those pilots are now flying with a higher throttle setting, and it means a hotter engine gas temperature, which makes the smoke burn a lot more brightly. And it also disturbs the airflow out the back of the aircraft, making the smoke billow a lot more fuller. And it ensures that we enhance certain manoeuvres in the display. As we come to the end of the first half, so far you've seen formation flying involving all 8 aircraft. As we go into the second half, it's the more high-speed, fast-paced, heart-pumping, jaw-dropping formation, which now involves 2 distinct sections. You have Reds 1 through 5, they're now known as Enid, named after Enid Blyton's famous 5. And you've got Reds 6, 7 and 8, now known as Hannah, named after squadron leader Ray Hanna, one of the first members of the Red Arrows, who's attributed of taking the team from a 7 to a 9 and also of forming our trademark Diamond 9. However, look directly to your front for the start of the second half. Get your cameras ready. This is the detonator. And this allows him to talk to Hannah formation without stepping on the voice transmission of Red 1. You now have the synchro pair. You've got Red 7 off to the right, Red 6 off to the left, and they are led by Red 6, the synchro leader. That is squad leader James Turner, known as JT, in his 4th and final year on the team. He's a former Typhoon pilot, a former instructor on the Typhoon, and qualified flying instructor on the Hawk Team Hawk 1. Each of those aircraft now dive to only 100 feet above the sea. They've got a closing speed of over 800 miles per hour as they look to pass within only 100 feet of each other. Each aircraft performs a 4-point hesitation roll. And now turn hard, pull up to 6G, away from the display line, turning hard back towards the centre as they complete the manoeuvre called Cyclone. Look to your right-hand side, Red 8 coming in, 450 miles per hour with a blue smoke in trail. And if you look to your left, far in the distance, small trail of red, the smoke comes on as Enid put themselves into the 30B as Red 8 flies the Goose. Red 1 gathers the rest of Enid and this formation bend around to the left. Underneath the aircraft, you might be able to see a small fuel tank. It's actually the smoke pod. That smoke pod is capable of producing 5 minutes of white smoke, 1 minute of red smoke, and 1 minute of blue smoke. And each of those colours is selectable by its own individual button on the pilot's control column. And the smoke plan is carefully choreographed between Red 1 and Red 6 in winter training to ensure that we have the right smoke, right colour at the right time in the display and that we don't run out. Look to your front now, the synchro pair running back in with Red 7 in trail on Red 6. Get your cameras ready. They split. The red smoke comes on for the wonderful, world famous synchro hawk. Keep your eye to the high left-hand side as Red 8 comes in and speeds the hawk. Give Hannah formation a massive round of applause for a wonderful hawk over the skies of air. Keep your eye now on the synchro pair. Once again, red 6 off to the right, red 7 off to the left. They'll dive down to 100 feet. They'll perform a series of opposition barrel rolls, only 100 feet above the sea, turning towards each other in a maneuver called double roll.
I thought that was right. It's a seagull.
Look to your far right-hand side in the distance. You can see Enid running back in with red 8 now in trail on red 1. The red and the blue come on as they perform a series of barrel rolls through the sky, leaving a snake-like trail in the sky in a maneuver called the Python. As I said earlier, there are 10 pilots on the Red Arrows. However, the Red Arrows is not just pilots. On support personnel. They are the engineers, the administrators, the dive team, the public relations, and they are known as the Blues, named due to the colour of their flying coveralls. And a number of the Blues are here today at the public relations tent, so please pop along and say hello. Within those Blues there are 10 individuals who get to fly in between our displays when we cannot take the full engineering complement. They are known as Circus. One individual with me at every display is Circus 10. That's Corporal Phil Dye. He's on the beach in front of me, filming the display purpose for just debrief and safety purposes. He's also responsible for a lot of the images you see on social media taken from the back of my aircraft. You now have red 7 coming in from the left, red 6 in from the right, once again over 100 feet and 800 miles per hour closing speed. Each aircraft performs a 360-degree aileron roll. Pull, go is the call from red 6, as each aircraft now pull up 5 to 6G, trying to mirror each other. 5 to 6G means everything about them is now weighing 5 to 6 times heavier than what you and I are as we stand on the ground. They reach a height of over 2,500 feet. They're now 60 degrees inverted on the way down, trying to recapture that 100 feet as they complete the maneuver called Boomerang. Once again, red 1 pulls them up over 400 miles per hour. They roll to the right. Get yourselves ready for the Enid vertical break. Directly to the front. The show's still not over. Look to your far right-hand side, and you've got Hannah running back in. That's red 6, 7, and 8. With red 6 smoking white, with red 7 and 8 in trail. Red 6 rolls inverted, and he calls for red 7, 8 to roll in the corkscrew. Smoking blue is red 7. Flight Lieutenant Stu Roberts. Typhoon on operational service. Red 8, smoking red, is Flight Lieutenant David Simmons, known as Simo. Former Tornado GR4 pilot, ready he flew the roll demo in 2010. He also flew the Harrier and the F5 while on exchange with the United States Marine Corps. Look to your right-hand side, and Enid running back in with the white smoke in trail. 2 and 3 roll go as 2 and 3 roll around the outside.
Clear. Go.
Clear go as Reds 4 and 5 rolling out the outside in one of the hardest manoeuvres for new pilots each year to master. This is rollback. The motto of the Red Arrows is Eclat, which means excellence. And that means everyone on the squadron from the very bottom to the very top is striving for excellence in everything that we do. However, we're also aware that we are guardians of that motto for only 3 to 5 years, and therefore we try to leave the squadron in a better place from where we found it. However, look directly to your front. Once again, you've got those lights in the distance of Hannah.
Go.
7 and 8 roll go, the blue smoke comes on as Reds 7 and 8 roll around 6. Once again, get your cameras ready for the Hannah Vortex break. Keep your eye on the synchro once again. They're up at their perch about 1,000 feet. They'll dive down for their final manoeuvre of the show, that 100 feet above the sea. The clone speed of over 800 miles per hour. They'll do a series of bow rolls, followed by inverted flight for their final manoeuvre of the show. This is crossbow. Look directly to your front. Enid running back in with the white smoke in trail. The red comes on from Red 1 as he rolls around the rest of the formation, leaving the infinity symbol in the sky for the infinity break. However, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an honour, it's been a pleasure. Please put your hands together for the 2023 Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team. It's the Red Arrows! Puts his smoke on, he'll gather the rest of the formation and take them back to Prestwick Airport. It's not that far to Prestwick. The team will do what's called a magnum break to land. So if you're watching the direction of Prestwick Airport, they'll go into formation, they'll do a loop, and they'll bomb burst over the airport if you want to carry on watching that.